Okay, so that Lupin versus Cat's Eye shit came out. Got a new trailer released, and whether you think it's good or bad, I mean, CG 3D animation, it's no B-stars, but as long as it's better than Berserk, I think we're good. So I'm watching this, and like, it looks pretty alright, action looks fine, mouths, I swear to God, they look like Muppets. But then, I noticed something, a very key, important thing. The only thing I was able to take away from this trailer, the old grumpy man himself, Mr. Daisuke Jigen, this motherfucker comes in with a goddamn vest. And my mind was blown, because I thought it would never come back again. But it did. And that's what we're talking about today. Okay, so history lesson on the designs of Daisuke Jigen. So, he's had some pretty good designs. He's had some pretty fucking awesome designs. He's had some pretty meh designs. And he's had designs where he wears a white tie, which is an abomination of everything that is a dress code. Like, oh my god, white ties are disgusting. And of course, he's had bad designs, and he's even had worse designs. Like, what is with his part 3 drip in part 5? Like, at least part 3, he had, the color coordination of, Deathstroke. I just didn't think he pulled it off that well, but at least he pulled it off tolerably. But then, in part 5, when they tried to do that part 3 episode, they changed the blue to, like what China would do if they invented green. Like, what is this color? Fuck. I see this thing, and it's I'm watching the part 5 episode where it's part 3, and I'm like, oh wow, I love how he's wearing a pink jacket. But then I see Jigen, and he's wearing this fucking abomination. Why does it look like this? You're telling me the animators looked at part 3 and were like, god damn, that is blue, and they applied it, and no one bothered to check on them. So back to things that don't make me go on tangents. Jigen would divert from these typical designs and casually wear something that no single person who follows this series had seen before. In part 2, episode 152, Jigen and the Hatless Pistol, an episode that makes me regret even liking this character. Why the fuck did they make him so we can only shoot with the brim of his specifically tailored hat? He's done it so many times previously where he doesn't need a fucking hat. Why does he need it now? What we see here is Jigen casually hanging up his hats, but what do we see on his person? That's a vest. What the fuck? It's not his typical jacket. That's a vest. I can see his arms. They're not covered. I see that skin, that old man's skin. Whoa. Are they trying something new here? Are they? But they weren't. Instead, they immediately went back to his old design, but only this time he was wearing not a hat. Now, this would be basically kind of like the last I feel I ever personally saw Jigen in a vest. I don't remember him between this and to the next point where he wore a vest that I can remember. I mean, casually, he's doing on the job, not where he's put on disguise where he wears a vest. No, not any of that shit. So anyways, we move on from this episode and move on to more TV series, and another TV series, and a bunch of specials that I just cannot count on all my index fingers, my 2 index fingers. And we reach a point in the year of 2019, that special year, the year before death. But in this special year, we got a really cool Lupin film, and if you don't know what it is, well, I'm sorry to say you're not a fan of this series. It was Lupin the First. Wait, no, it's Lupin the Third. Why? That's such a dumb title. It's people are inclined to say it's Lupin the First, but then they're like, no, it's Lupin the Third, the First. What? Why would you? There had to have been a better way to implement this title, or it just did not sound stupid when you just said it. I don't know what it would be, but all I know is whatever I could probably think of in an hour would be better than Lupin the Third, the First. So, in this movie, it was a pretty good movie, pretty good, but we're looking at designs. I could care less about the Nazi plot that they decided to implement. That was a Great choice, by the way. Introduce this character to some of the fanciest CGI ever. What plot did you choose? Nazis. That's what they all do. Looking at the designs, you know, everyone here got a decent redesign. They finally put buttons on Lupin's jacket. They finally gave Zenigata a striped tie. They made Goemon skinnier for some reason. Fujiko became Fujiko. She basically did not really change. And then we have Jigen over here, who they made hot and look like Keanu Reeves because he is John Wick. You can't tell me wrong. He is animated John Wick, but that's not what we're talking about. John Wick can wait for another day. We're talking about his chest area, because instead we see a yellow tie. I think it's yellow, but that's besides the point, because what's over that yellow tie is a vest, and that's what's important here. They brought it back, and by God, it looked fucking amazing, and I am so glad that they did not continue to use it in part 6. I'm kidding, I hated that. Like, the vest, oh, it looks so fresh in here, and then you do the next TV series and movies, and it's like, movies I can like slide, because like what happened after this, like Goodbye Partner and Prison of the Past, where they gave him the nice slick drip green, like holy shit, that's how you do green, not that bootleg China stuff. But they don't bring it back for that, I don't mind, but then part 6, they just part 6 is a disappointment. Because, like, look, they go back to designs. I like Lupin's design. His is the best. Goemon, they just gave him the white kimono that they use in, like, specials. And then Jigen over here looks like he's from Men in Black. Like, great job. No color, no pizzazz. What are you doing? Like, Lupin over here has a mahogany shirt. He's trying to be Mr. Sakurai. What are you doing, Jigen? Are you trying to stand out? You're not. Yeah, so no vest, and part 6 happened. And then now we're here. Now, Lupin versus Cat's Eye is not coming out till like January 27th, I think. And that's how long I have to wait before I get to see Jigen with a vest again. Okay, so like, why do I care about this so much? Well, personally for me, it's because giving Jigen a vest, it gives him more, how do I want to say this? I guess, distinguishability? That's a word I just made up. From Lupin. Because, you know, you look at both of them. Well, actually, no, let's move away from them. Let's look at the other 3 main characters. You got Zenigata, big detective boy. You got Fujiko, woman. And you got Goemon, who is just samurai. These are very normal things that I see on the daily. But then you got these 2, which besides the head, literally are like same thing basically all around. Same kind of clothes, same kind of pants, probably the same underwear. I would look at their feet and maybe they have the same shoe size. I don't know. I don't do that kind of measurements. I'm not film theory. But just looking at them side to side, you can see like, yeah, they look like pretty similar. The only thing that would, like, if Jigen just simply did not have his fedora, I'm pretty sure you would just think it's like, oh, what, are they like brothers in crime? Personally, I would say they're lovers, but you know, tomato, tomato. Now, but what this vest does then, you add it, and it makes Jigen stand out more. He's not just Lupin's design, but you added a shaggy beard and a funny hat. No, he is the one who is like, you know, he's like the bodyguard, I guess you could say. That feels wrong. I feel like I'm doing him dirty, but I guess it slightly makes more sense, because, like, you know, it's like a vest. Like, he's a gunman. I feel like he would have to be more protected than just, you know, wearing the exact same thing as the funny monkey man over there. Like, you know, he has an extra layer of protection on him. Because this is what I think bodyguards do. I think. I am not one, so I will not know. But I would think, as a gunman, you know, you just have more protection. Even if said protection is literally less than a centimeter thick. In Goodbye Partner, we get to see Lupin in a black jacket, like, around the end of the film, I would say. Like, right before they go in and storm in with, like, what it was like. It was like a fucking rail cannon they found outside of a government facility. This movie's fucking bad. But, like, you know, we see Lupin in a black suit, and if it weren't for the magenta tie and the blue shirt, I swear to God, if that was just like a normal ass white dress shirt and black tie, he would look exactly like he just went into Jigen's wardrobe and just took his clothes. Like, no, I do not want that for my man. He's a gentleman thief, not a bitch. But with the vest, he will look like a more distinguished and more professional person. That's what I feel like he is. You know, Lupin, he doesn't wear a vest. He's a bit more unhinged. Jigen, he wears a vest. He's ready. He's prepared. He's the straighter man. Even if he may be slightly insane. But he is the straightest man of the bunch. And so that's my reasoning for why Daisuke Jigen should just put on the vest. Besides looking fly as fuck. That's not a hot take, right? Like, people in this fandom agree that Jigen should put on the vest. I don't know this fandom at all. I just know that they think he's hot as hell. I assume. And well, besides all that vest talk, is there anything I think about this movie that would be important to say? Not really. I mean, I don't know. What else to say? Fujiko got revealed instead of being in like a Soviet uniform? Great. That's... Who would have thought she would have worn other clothes? Amazing. Yeah, that's about it. I don't know. Like, I hope the official art will have Jigen in a vest. I'll make that my profile pic instantly. Not guarantee, I will not. That DDD profile pic is hot as hell. No one knows where it's from. And so, yeah. I think I'm done here. And you have learned something that I find valuable. What's that? You didn't? Oh, well, here, let me read the summary for you. Here we go. So, for today's class, what you should have learned is Jigen with a vest should be a standard.